We're with Peter Maneggia, the head volleyball coach at Eastern Connecticut. The Warriors getting underway for their season openers this weekend at Springfield College. Pete, you guys are pretty much done with preseason. General thoughts on the preseason, how it went?
The best part about preseason was the shapes our players came back in. And last year we tried to set some standards when they came back in for practice, and this group really upped it tremendously. Of the 12 people that came back, 11 passed off fitness tests the first day, and within a week, the 12th person, she had passed it also. Made practice a lot easier. We were able to get into drills, tougher drills, earlier in the week than we would have the last week. So preseason physically went well, and it was just a little bit of a trying time with new people in, trying to make adjustments for freshmen. Compared to last year, we were very senior loaded. Plus, the seniors had played since they were freshmen, so it was a little easier to know each other last year compared to this year. But I think we improved every day, which is really all you can ask for.
From last year, Pete, well, let me say this. Last year you finished strong. Had a good year, solid year, went into the Little East tournament, upset Western Connecticut. Did that good feeling of beating Western in the Little East tournament carry over a little to this year?
Well, it carried over for our upperclassmen who are there. Our freshmen, we talk about it, but they don't know what happened. But we try to bring up special moments from that match at Western, which was a good match. We were down 2-1 when we came back. And there was one point where 3 of our players basically dove into the bleachers to save a rally. It was a big turning point. So when we talk to players about chasing the ball, they now know that there's a reason why you do it. Even if you don't think you can get it, you go anyways. That has resonated through them to our freshmen come into the program this year, how they go for everything all the time, 100% on every activity. So that's where last year has translated into this year.
Well, from last year, you lost your top offensive player, your top defensive player, and your top setter. You got off to a good start last year. Do you think this year it's going to take a little more time for those younger people, and as the season goes along, you'll be better?
Again, I mean, we had Sam Solonsky, Christiana Ibsen, Taylor Abelli, who were starters as freshmen for 4 years, and Gianna Trombino, who had a role for 4 years while she was here. It's tough to take that experience and try to translate it into 3 freshmen and put that on this year. Even though they have played volleyball, and they've played volleyball at a higher level in New England, which will help quite a bit. We'll see. I think our schedule is a little bit tougher this year when we jump right into Springfield College tournament. And if anybody in the volleyball in New England knows Springfield College, they're one of the top of the nation. So it will be a benchmark right away, an eye-opener, I think, for our newer people and for the people who haven't had as much court time in the past couple of years. The speed of the game, they'll see, is much different than what they're used to. I think it's just a great place to start, so we'll know where we are, what we need to work on, and we'll go from there. The whole month of September, I think, will be pretty tough. But we also have talked to these players that you have to break it down to that pass, that set, that play at any given time. And I know it's a cliche. Bill Belichick talks about it. My time spent with Diana Pepin and with softball last year, we talk about it quite a bit. And when we were ranked #1 in the nation, it really is a cliche, but it's true. So hopefully our new kids learn that.
Let me throw this question out there. Is the fact that almost the entire month of September is at away matches, does it matter one way or the other, whether it's home or away?
I don't think so. I think we have enough veteran players to be able to teach the younger people what it's like to travel. And most of those away matches are within 45 minutes. So you won't be stuck on a bus or on a van for hours on end. I think that will help us. We kind of did this to teach the younger players what it's like to travel, also to schedule some of these tougher programs. We needed to go to them this year, and hopefully they'll reciprocate next year, which I think they will. So there was a lot of reasons why we did it, and I'm really not that concerned about it.
Last question, Pete. You have a young team, so evidently your senior leadership is going to be huge. Talk about your seniors and what they bring to the team and what you're expecting from them.
The first thing they brought was they set the standards last year as juniors to come back in shape. They came in better shape than our seniors the previous year. So I really have asked them what direction we go for working out, and they've been great leadership that way. They came back in No new player can look at our seniors and say, "Geez, they're dogging it. They're coasting because they're seniors." They work as hard as anybody. Danny Bourne, she's been in the program 4 years. She's some serve receive, some outside. We need her to be consistent on the outside. We're looking for some offense. Christiana Ibsen, who graduated, high kill ratio. So we're looking for our outsides to kind of pick that up. Each one doesn't have to be as high, but if we can get some consistency out of Danny, she hits as hard as anybody. That will be her role. Shannon Burke walked on as a freshman, playing right side. It has improved every single year. You wish every player you had could improve like she has every year. Battling still for the right side position. She knows it and she works hard. She asks a lot of questions. She'll receive playing time. And Katie Wilson, probably our most true volleyball player, loves the sport, plays year-round, great competitor, but will now have to have a little bit different role of being a leader and being a role model. So yes, she has to continue on working on her game, but she has to set a good example during practice and on the court for the rest of our younger players, or our newer players, I should say, not younger.
Pete, thank you. Good luck this weekend and good luck all year.
Thanks, Bob.